What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4, and today on Top 10 Tuesday, we're going to be taking a look at my Top 10 bold predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles for the 2016-2017 season. Now, I'm recording this at the beginning of July, and looking at how my upload schedule is looking, this might not be uploaded until August. So if someone gets hurt or no one the Eagles, half this team will probably be traded by the time this video is released. Don't hold a knife against my throat if some of these predictions aren't going to come true because of injury or something I was out of my control. So jumping in at number 10, Jalen Mills, our 7th round draft pick, will be a starting corner by the end of the season. I don't know if it'll be a slot. I don't know if it'll be as outside. But I think our corners, next to our linebacker depth, is the weakest position on this team. Leotis McKelvin, when healthy, is definitely a solid corner. Wouldn't say he's a great, but he can produce. But he's injury prone and he's getting up there, a little bit over the hill. Eric Rowe, from all reports of July 5th, he hasn't. I think he got benched one of the practices. He hasn't looked great. And I know a lot of people are holding our cornerback success on the development of Eric Rowe, at least developing into a solid corner one. Maybe not a franchise player, but just someone that's definitely a serviceable starter and better than the Bradley Fletchers and the Kerry Williams of the world. You got Ron Brooks. I mean, he's always been like a special teamer. Nolan Carroll, I mean, he's all right. He's not a world beater by any means. He's coming off a tough injury, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can fully bounce back. But I think Jalen Mills, the 7th round pick, will be a starting corner at some point in the season. Moving to number 9, Zach Ertz, despite average quarterback play, will eclipse career best in receiving yards, receptions, and touchdowns, and he will make the Pro Bowl. You know, how many years have Eagle fans been hyping up Zach Ertz? You know, this is going to be his breakout year. He's going to finally do it. He's going to get over the hill. He's going to carry this team and be a top 5 tight end in the league. I don't know if he'll be a top 5 tight end, but I think he can develop to be somewhere in the 4 to 7, 8 range, and that's plenty good for the Philadelphia Eagles. You can't have superstars everywhere, but if you can have guys that are top 10 players in almost every category, that's what makes the best teams the best. The Cardinals have players like that. Who else? Steelers have a lot of players like that. The top teams, and they don't always have this a team full of superstars. You just have a lot of good players. I mean, it sounds fucking self-explanatory, but then you also got fucking asshole teams like the Jags of the past, the Raiders of the past, who somehow just fail to accumulate talent on the roster. So, like I said, I think that Zach Ertz will probably hit around 80 receptions. He'll be a big target. Looks like him and Jordan Matthews worked a lot and extensively with Sam Bradford in the offseason, so I hope that the chemistry is where it needs to be. I think Zach Ertz has a nice season for himself. At number 8, Nelson Agholor won't have a breakout year, but he will do enough to remove the bust tag for at least one more season. 6 to 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. Enough so that, you know, it still won't justify his first round tag, but enough that the Eagles fans will probably get off his back that he's going to be, he's a fucking bust. He's the next Marcus Smith pick. And we'll have optimism will be pretty high heading into the 2017-28 season for Mr. Agholor. I think going forward, Matthews, Agholor, and hopefully Reuben Randle Reuben Randle catches on. That is a very serviceable wide receiving core. I think Josh Huff, it's fucking time for him to go. But I think Agholor will do enough this year to at least pause the bust tag for another season. 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Assuming Zach Ertz has a breakout year and Matthews eclipses 1,000, that's not bad for a guy that potentially will be our 3rd wide receiver come opening day. Number 7, speaking of Reuben Randle, I think Reuben Randle plays himself into a contract extension. We only brought him on the 1 year, and he will make Josh Huff expendable for 2017. I think Randle, great size. Sounds like there's some off-field issues as why he wasn't rebought back in New York. But, this is a new organization here in Philly. You're seeing guys with character concerns, guys like a Jalen Mills, guys like Reuben Randle. Just get in, because talent trumps all. You hope these guys that can get a second chance, can get their act together. You invest in them lightly, and then you see what happens. So that's what we're doing here. I like that about Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman, what they've been doing with there, getting rid of the stigma that Chip Kelly needs to have all these heroes, all these angels. It wasn't working. We need to get sometimes players with fucking attitudes are the guys that can get you wins. So with Reuben Randle, I think he plays himself into a contract. He'll be a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 for this offense, depending on how Nelson Agholor develops. And I think Josh Huff will be expendable in 2017 and no longer on the roster, which a lot of fans will enjoy, myself included. Move number 6 is Jordan Hicks stay healthy. Unfortunately, Michael Kendricks will not. Questions will come around keeping Kendricks around in 2017 with that big contract he signed last season. I think one of these linebackers is going to get hurt. And our lack of linebacker depth will be exposed, and how good Jim Schwartz can adapt will be on display. Hicks and Kendricks have been somewhat injury prone. Hicks got hurt in Texas and he got hurt last year, and Kendricks has had trouble staying healthy. And it seems like a lot of lower body injuries for Kendricks, and he's such an explosive player. That's his best trait. He's so quick, so fast. And you saw times last year he looked clueless in coverage. He was getting burnt by tight ends that should have no business beating him because it looks like his injuries might have hindered his speed a little bit. So hopefully he get healthy this offseason, and I hope to God both these guys can stay healthy because Bradham, Hicks, Kendricks, that is one hell of a linebacking core when healthy. But I just think, odds say one of these guys are going to get hurt. I'm going to go with Kendricks because I don't know why. It's fucking coin flip. Heads or tails, who's going to get hurt? But I think to the dismay of Eagles fans, one of these guys will get hurt. And Deontay Skinner or Travis Long or whoever, unless, as of when this video, guys, you're seeing this, we signed a linebacker like a Stephen Tulloch or something like that to improve our depth. Our linebacking depth will be exposed. Go number 5 is wide receiver drops won't be nearly as bad, but Matthews and Agholor will still struggle at times despite all this offseason. They got jug machine talks. Everyone was saying, the drops are going to go away because both these guys have been working really hard. No, it's not that. It's the lack of concentration in the moment. These guys are the guys that sound like they're doing great in practice. Oh my God, one-handed catches here, one-handed catches there. But when it comes down to actually going out in the field performing in front of 60,000 people, that's where they have the mental lapses where it's just like, oh shit, fucking dropped it. Or, oh shit, my eyes are already looking downfield before I secure the catch. I don't think it'll be as bad as last year. I mean, last year we must have had, that was the biggest complaint about our offense was maybe Sam Bradford would actually look good and we wouldn't have had to draft Carson Wentz if our wide receiver drops weren't so bad. Maybe not to that extent, but that cock would have came around. But like I said, I don't think it'll be as bad, but I still think there'll be times on third down it'll be fucking gimme catch, and these guys will bobble the pass and we'll be, heads in our hands. Can't believe it. Oh my God, it's coming back. What happened to the jug machines? I thought they bought a jug machine. Go number 4 is all big free agency signings will have good years. I think Brandon Brooks will have the best. I think he has an outside shot of making the Pro Bowl at guard. I think he was a fantastic signing, our best signing. Rodney McLeod will have a solid year, and with Malcolm Jenkins back there is a great safety tandem. I think Nigel Bradham I don't think he'll blow anyone away, but I think he will definitely be a solid starter and won't get exposed. He won't be a guy that we're going to be calling for his head in the offseason. Those are pretty much our big 3 signings. I think McKelvin will be a role player. Hopefully he doesn't get pressed into a starting job or gets too many snaps. I think he is a role player at best, but I think all of our free agency signings will do very, very decent jobs and enough that we can give Howie Roseman some credit and have some optimism about his eye for talent heading into the next season. Go number 3. Fletcher Cox will get at least 12 sacks and will make his first All-Pro team. I was surprised he didn't make All-Pro last year, but he's underrated, so what the fuck can you expect? But I think as a 4-3 defensive tackle, Benny Logan's going to be eating up the run, eating up at fucking double blocks, and Cox is going to explode, man. I think he's going to have a year that makes us and the older Eagle fans, older fans than me, think of Reggie White. Is that Reggie White out there? No, that's Fletcher Cox eating, baby. So I think Fletcher Cox, 12 sacks. Definitely double digits. You get 9.5 last year's a 2-gap defensive end. I think he's going to absolutely destroy and wreak havoc in a Jim Schwartz defense. And I think double-digit sacks for sure and an All-Pro nod. Goal number 2 is Sam Bradford will get injured mid-season and Carson Wentz will play at least 4 total games. I know they want to redshirt him. I know they brought in Chase Daniel to be the backup. I just think the pressure is going to be too much for a rookie head coach not to play his pick that we traded multiple first-rounders for. We want to see what he fucking looks like if Sam Bradford goes down. Let's be honest, Sam Bradford didn't even stay healthy last year, but we were happy and satisfied that he only missed 3-4 games. Like I said, I think Doug will feel the pressure and end up playing Carson Wentz over Chase Daniel. I think that's the future going forward is Daniel as Carson Wentz's backup, not Daniel as Sam Bradford's backup. So that's what I said. I don't know. Obviously, if that happens, the season's probably not going to be going the way we want it to, but we still get to see Carson Wentz. We still get to see the future of this offense, and we get to see maybe a glimpse in the final 4 games or how many games Sam Bradford misses due to injury, what our team is going to look like in the future. And my number 1 bold prediction is despite having big questions at corner, Eagles will have a top 8 defense in the NFL, top 3 in the NFC for me. I think the Cardinals, Seahawks, and Vikings are the 3 teams on paper right now that I think will have a better defense than the Eagles. I think Eagles will probably be in the range of perhaps one of those. Maybe the Vikings, the Panthers still have a good defense, but I think Eagles will have a top 5, potentially a top 5 defense. Definitely top 3 in the NFC, top 10 in the league. I think Jim Schwartz is one of the best DCs in the league, and he will be able to find a way to make all these players in the right positions to make plays It's kind of predicent on the linebacker staying healthy, which is one of my other predictions. I don't know if it will happen, but I think we will overall have a top 10 defense in the league. So there, guys, those are my top 10 bold predictions for the Eagles in 2016-2017. Let me know yours. Let me know if you agree. If you enjoy the video, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.